if you're a farmer, what is it that my chefs need? You know, definitely be proactive. Don't just wait for someone to give you an order. Hey, I need 1,000 wheat, please. That's too late. If a chef says they need 1,000 wheat, they're going looking for it and buying it from somewhere else. I just wrapped up getting all my farms. Now, this isn't going to be something you can do in the early game, right? There's a lot of land claims you're going to need to have if you're farming. You will probably need to trade for land claims or have friends give you land claims. Personally, I like to play in a world, if it's multiplayer, where land claims are not sold or purchased, because a few reasons. You know, allowing the wealthy players to own large tracts of land aren't great for the economy and farming overall. And two, giving new players who just joined and can go grab some really cheap skill scrolls by the time they've joined, leverage over the economy by selling their land claim papers, because usually people will buy them for a decent amount, you know, 50, 100, 200, 300, you know, of the currency, if not more. And a new player can go and become the wealthiest by just selling all their land claim papers, you know, because maybe they only need, you know, 10, but yet all the skill scrolls are researched and bought them all for one a piece, or some servers even give them out. So anyway, the idea is that this is just to showcase what a successful farmer should be doing, right? What should their farms look like? And to do that, let's go right in. I like to go into this little view, see your player character, which is just going into the backpack, hit edit. You can play with, you can change what your character looks like. But anyway, so here is where we are with the farms. I actually ended up building a little house here to, you know, I call it Chef's Table. If you haven't watched the Netflix show, it's fantastic. I love that series. But, you know, I have my storage chest set up. I have 4 campfires rocking and rolling. My fishery, finally gonna, you know, get some fish traps in. This little lake I'm on is a decent fishing spot, so it should work out pretty well. Want to get into that as well. And a butchery table, right? I've gone hunting, brought over all my meat, have 20 fish traps cooked. Ooh, farmer's table's ready to rock. Wanted to go into that too. Have my food here. Desert and taiga crops already. My grassland crops are doing pretty well. Not a lot of beets yet, but oh man, so many tomatoes. Corn's okay. Need more beets. Rice and wheat I've just got too much of it. My jungle crops, I'll go into the jungle farms. Papaya is just so easy to grab. Papaya is cool because papaya is going to be used in a few spots. You can make salad, rainforest salad recipe, which is essentially a basic salad, right? So each salad has multiple ways to be created, right? You have the rainforest salad, you have the forest salad, you have different ways to make salads, and then you have the fruit salad, which is papayas and pineapples, both from the rainforest or jungle. So 2 ways to use it, and then the fruit salad actually gets used in the sweet salad, which is an end game food. Sweet salad is one of the end game foods. Some of the best stats for it. I mean, carbs and vitamins, super heavy, some protein and fat, 1,100 calories each. Super end game. I think end game food is essentially Bear Supreme and the sweet salad. So, and then the basic salad, of course, you need it for the advanced cooking recipe. You get the wild mix as well. It goes into sweet salad and the crimson salad. Crimson salad can be an alternate to the sweet salad. I believe it's carbs are a little bit lower, vitamins are a little bit lower, but more fat. So it's a decent salad as well. No, I shouldn't say decent. It's an end game salad. And you know, the rainforest salad takes taro roots, bolete mushrooms, papayas, which I'm very low on. The bolete mushrooms, been having a hard time getting that. papaya abundant, pineapple abundant. And what you should do, really quickly, forest and ferns you always have a lot, or fiddleheads you always have a lot. Huckleberry I'm starting to get a lot of, and beans I should probably take more of these beans with me and replant them, and that's what I was going to get into. So you don't even see any camas in here because I've just been replanted the camas over and over and over and over. So a farmer's table is good to have because you're going to need to let's just bring it upstairs because I want all the cooking stuff up down there. And let's bring the farmer's table. Let's rotate it here. Sounds good. Okay, so the farmer's table makes a few important items. You can make salt baskets, and without the skill, very expensive. 20 boards a pop without skill in farmer to reduce the efficiency. But a salt basket is a kitchen item. It's a furniture type spices, so a unique item, and 2 skill points. So easy 2 skill points for making a salt basket. We should probably make 3. I'm not going to take the farming skill. I'm just not going to do it. I mean, I'm not even going to get into fertilizers. I've yet to see a reason to use fertilizers. Maybe someone else can tell me otherwise. In 8.0, I haven't got deep dove yet into farming in 8.0. But and then a soil sampler I also want to make. I'm just going to make 1. Soil samplers, they're an unlimited item. There's no durability to them. Once you have one, you'll use it for the rest of the world you're playing on. And then salt basket, of course, every player pretty much needs 3 if they're making 3 kitchens. So we'll make those. Maybe sure if I have the board. So I guess I do. I got a lot of boards in the meats. And I don't have a carpentry table. So you know what? Let's go ahead and let's just do, 60 total, right? So let's just grab 30 there. Well, there you go. Look at that. And then 30. Dropped it right in. I still need 4 more. So let's just go. Just want to keep it even. Even Steven. Remember I talked about this when you're crafting. You can have a really, a lot of control where the resources are coming from. But because I just dropped the farmer's table, it automatically had everything linked to it. And I shouldn't have done that. But it is what it is. It already happened. So let's extend this out. Now, when you are farming in the early game, you want to take about half of your products or half of your crops and reinvest them directly into seeds. And you are going to get way more efficiency if you are a farmer. You have the farming skill. The seed production, which is from farming, can reduce this quite a bit. So really nice skill to have, to be able to set up seed trade-in stations. For instance, you can set up a store with a farmer's table, with 2 farmer's tables, queue up 1,000 of each, of 5 seeds on each table, and set it and forget it, an automatic seed converter. And the cool thing that you can do there is you can take a profit from it because someone sells you beets and you sell the seed at double the price or triple the price of what you're buying the crop for, right? So the idea would be that, hey, I'm going to buy a beet, let's say at 1 of my personal player credit, right, of the Tane credit. And then I'm going to sell the beet seed for 3. So I'm getting a nice profit. I'm keeping 2 seeds for every crop someone sells me, right? Because your efficiency is going to get to the point where you can make like 5 seeds per crop or something. But anyway, if you don't have the farming skill and you still like to farm, which I always do, I farm without farming skill at all, just like I did here, you need to reinvest or work with a farmer to get some more seeds. So I have 66 bolete mushrooms. That means I can make 33 spores from it, and I'm going to use all of them. I am very low on the bolete mushrooms. I have a lot of huckleberry, need more seeds, 4 a pop. Let's take 80, right? I want more huckleberry. I need more pineapple. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. That's solid. I'm going to make all 41 because I know I need these items. I need them. You cannot craft any fertilizers without the fertilizer skill. So that is the one item that on the farming table you cannot use. But so far, I'm going to go ahead and craft all these items. Right, I'm getting my salt hamper made now, making my salt baskets. I'm going to add to my kitchen. So I needed a bolete. I wanted more huckleberry. And I needed more pineapple. And that's 5 items queued. Can't do more than 5 per person per table. So that's cool. We have our seeds set up now. Now, while these things are crafting, I wanted to use and look at, what did I need to make? I needed to make bannock to get my cooking scroll done, right? So bannock, that's the bacon. We have the wheat porridge. I think we have the roasted. Yeah, we do actually have the roasted. Oh, well, let's make the bannock that we need for the bacon skill book eventually, which requires, cooking. You need to have learned cooking before you can make it. So it's 30 brick, 30 hewn logs, 50 flour. Flour is made at a mill with wheat. I have so much wheat, shouldn't be an issue. Even if I don't take the mill and skill, I can still make the flour. I mean, that's about 1,000 wheat. Shouldn't be an issue. You're about to see my wheat farm. I think I showed it really quickly just now. And then 20 bannock. And bannock recipe is 6 wheat, 0.6 tallow. I should have enough, and I don't have 1 bannock made. So let's make 19 bannock. Can I get more efficiency? Oh, look at that. Yeah, remember, due to tallow being at 0.6, at 12 tallow I can make 19. At 12 tallow I can make 20. And then at 21, it goes up. So I have 602 wheat. I didn't even realize that. So that's 120. That's going to cost me, and only 12 tallow. So let's rock and roll. Let's cook that. Bannock is cooking because I'm level 7 advanced cooking or advanced campfire already. Oh yeah, I didn't even go into my hunting. I've been busy. I made like 500 arrows or something crazy like that. Bison. Every time every time the server restarts, essentially, even if it's a single player, it still acts like a server. Every time the server restarts, I feel like the animal population just respawns, all of it. Like if you've hunted bison population down low, if the server you're playing on that's multiplayer restarts like every 12 hours or every 24 hours, it should probably restart every 12 hours at least, to keep it fresh. The population's crazy. Like, look, you see the bison right here. There's a ton of bison around. But anyway, so I went ham. Bison, elk, deer, bighorn, mountain goat, wolves, and hares. Lots of hares in the desert that I've been getting. So I want to save my bison. I want to save my elk. I really do. Because I want the bison mounts. Each one of these bad boys gives 10 skill points, even at reduced, quality of housing, because we're at tier 1. So there is a reduction in materials, right? It doesn't matter. Still, it's 10 skill points. And then elk have something as well. They have an elk mount. The elk mount is a bigger item than the bison mount. I think that's why bison is more attractive. People like bison because it's a smaller footprint in the house, but an elk mount is beautiful. Just a very large footprint. It needs I think it's like a 3 tall, 3 wide, while the bison mount's 2 tall, 2 wide. But elk also has another product from tailoring called the stuffed elk. And while this one doesn't give as much skill points, it only gives 5. It's a beautiful decoration. It is an absolutely beautiful decoration. and it's a great piece to put outside. It doesn't even have to be inside. It can be outside just as a decorative item, and they're kind of cool. The elk mount shows up as decoration. Yeah, okay, good. Just make sure that they shared the same. I just want to make sure that elk mount is a furniture type decoration, while stuffed elk is a furniture type decoration as well. So you can't, you lose 80% of the skill points. So you go from 10 to 2 skill points if you have 2 bison mounts in a room. So anyways, I got lots of carcass, and I need tallow. So let's take a look. You can render fat by using raw meat, right? So you can render fat by using raw meat. Now, what is another way to make tallow? You can see campfire. You get 2 tallow per 2 raw meat, or you can just campfire. You get 2 from a wolf. Elk is 2, deer is 2, bison is 4, and bighorn is 2. And you get the charred meat byproduct. And honestly, people at this point in the game, if you're playing multiplayer, they're absolutely gonna want charred meat. Charred meat and boiled shoots and rice sludge are the 3 foods you're essentially eating, or camas mash even. I think camas mash is a little expensive using a camas, which is a very hard crop to want to cook with at this point. Camas mash is not a replacement. Maybe bannock is a replacement to the rice sludge. Carbs 15, 13, 8. But again, it uses tallow and wheat, while the rice sludge is just cheap. Like, look at the rice sludge. 3 rice gives you 10 carbs, 450 calories. I guess wheat porridge. No, again, there really isn't. Wild stew is once you have campfire going. You can make wild stew that's 1,200 calories, but it requires campfire beans. Wilted fiddleheads, I think, is better than boiled shoots. And that's, vitamins 8. Let's compare our boiled shoot vitamin. Vitamins 9, 510 calories. I think 8, 5. You know what? It costs us 6 fiddleheads for 1 wilted fiddlehead compared to 2 fireweed. I'll take the fireweed again. And this rice sludge, so cheap. Carbs. So that's what I've been eating. I'm on a diet of rice sludge, charred meat, boiled shoots. So back to what we're going to do. We need tallow. I'm going to go ahead and cook 10 of my bighorns. Gonna take a long time. Give me a decent amount of tallow. And then at this point, I guess I could make some beans. I really want to reinvest campfire beans, 4 beans each. And I can't afford that right now. I need these beans to plant them in my forest farm. Now, my soil sampler is done. Let's take that extra dirt ramp I just got. Where did the soil sampler go? Oh, farmer's table. So it's inside. Derp. Cool. Let's put that here on our toolbar. Now, a soil sampler is a fantastic tool that you can use to see how far along your plant is and the match for your temperature, moisture, pollution, your nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and all of these settings you can look up on the Wikipedia to know, hey, what is a great match for the beet here? The beet has ample room because there's nothing around it. Majority is 100%. It's going to give me 2. Temperature, moisture, pollution is 100%. This is a great location for this beet. It's perfect. And beets are really tough to find a perfect match for. But then over here, I bet you this is going to be overcrowded. This beet is very crowded. It's got an 88% match in moisture because it's 2% above minimum. Of course, it's crowded, but again, it's going to give me a 2 yield. So overcrowdedness really just affects the length of time it takes. Over here as well, decent 78% match. Still gives me 2. Now, if I had gathering, this would give me a heck of a lot more. Wow, look at that. Look at this wheat farm. I got lots of wheat. Let's go check on this old growth redwood, I believe it's called. Let's match this. Wait, that's a pumpkin? Alright, come on. Maybe I can't check this tree. Let's go down and see if there's redwood. Let me select it. Oh, let me just check the ground. There we go. So 0% match for this redwood. Somehow it grew here. It would give me 48 logs. And it's an inhospitable environment. Yet this old growth redwood, I don't think I'm going to be able to check it, am I? Let's see. No, just a grass block. I guess maybe they don't let you check old growth redwoods just because they're taking up so much space on the dirt, and you need to check the dirt below the redwood. Switchgrass. Grass block. Let me see if I can grab it here. No. So yeah, this redwood is too big. You can't really check it with a soil sampler. Maybe I would have to grab the right angle. But I think you guys get the point about how a soil sampler works, or soil. Yeah, soil sampler. Cool. Good to go. Now, as you can see, I have my rice, pumpkin, corn, and beets all grown here. Look at all these animals. Wheat is over there. I have a fireweed farm over on the mountains, over yonder, and I have a forest farm not too far away, actually. On the map, you can see I cleared out this whole area. It was a perfect forest farm. Got my chef's table here with all my grassland, my fireweed farm going. You have the tomato farm, prickly farm. These little tracks are dirt ramps I've been building. And then I changed the name of my starter base to IKEA, because that's where I make all my furniture, and my hewing is based out of, or carpentry. And then I have a huge track of jungle farmland. Like, again, you're not going to be able to mimic this right away. You're going to want 1 to 2 claims per item in the beginning, right? Because you're going to be very limited to land claims. Man, there's so many animals. So many. So let's run over to the forest farms, which is not far at all. I can actually get there with a cart and back. I should build some dirt ramps on the way, but oof, man, look at this. This is ready to be harvested, ready to replant all these beans. Look at how many beans I planted this time. Here's my huckleberry. I want to fill up huckleberry all the way here. My camas. And these are ready to go, right? 3 yield. Yep. Huckleberries are bugged out. You don't see, sometimes, well, I should say sometimes, most of the time you do not see the little blueberries like you used to, but these are ready to rock. 3 yield. It's a 36% match. Hey, not perfect, but the best that I saw. In beans, 100% match is a perfect location. Huckleberry wasn't so much, but hey, it is what it is. Camas is good. Oh, I totally forgot. I have ferns set up here too. Got a whole bunch of camas. Lots of fern, or I'm sorry, fiddleheads. Okay, and lots of logs are left over here from lot of cedar trees we're digging out for the greater good. The greater good. Okay, so let's run back over to the grassland, and let's start talking more about why do you set up such big farms, right? You set up large farms and crops, and hopefully, in the world, you would set up, like I said, get one of each claim going here, one of each on the forest, fireweed, prickly pear, tomato. You want to go to jungle, get the bolete mushrooms, cremini mushrooms, because you need to learn, if you're a farmer, what is it that my chefs need? You know, definitely be proactive. Don't just wait for someone to give you an order. Hey, I need 1,000 wheat, please. That's too late. If a chef says they need 1,000 wheat, they're going looking for it and buying it from somewhere else, or they're just going to start farming it themselves so they don't rely on you. If you want to be a great farmer, you need to have constant availability of resources, and you need to be able to deliver. Simply put, most chefs are setting up buy orders on their vet stores, and you need to be proactive. You need to say, let's put this salt basket down. Nice. You need to be proactive and say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and deliver food directly to you. Let's leave that there. I didn't even plant my beans, didn't I? I didn't realize I had so many already planted. You know, because I went a few rounds. I went a few rounds already, picking up as much as I could and replanting what I could from every seed that I harvested. And now that I have a farmer's table, I'm able to make more seeds for myself, make my lands larger. Okay, so that's farming in a nutshell. But how does it interact, or how does it work together with a chef? You can be cooking charred meat, boiled shoots, get those things up for sale. People need them. They're going to use a lot of calories in the early game. Way more calories are being used by players in the early game because they don't have the caloric reduction skills. Actually, let's start running over. We have a decent run. Made this little bridge here just to help my cart cross like that. But caloric consumption is the highest in the early game. So people need food as they're mining, as they're chopping trees, and then, you know, as time goes on, things become a little bit less caloric expensive, right? Because calorie reduction skills start to come through. Your survival skill starts to improve. Let's go look at this tomato farm over here. And all that is happening at the same time that you're making better foods that gives them more calories as they're using less calories. So I think there's something a little bit broken with the game there. Man, this tomato farm is beastly. You just get so many tomatoes. So many. So I think that's happening. I think it's not working well. It gets to a point where you're at level 7 survival. You have work boots, you have a work backpack from a tailor, and you literally use 0 calories with your steel or modern tool or even iron tool. Or you're using so little calories that you can't even actually consume your calories to eat better food. Right? Like that happens all the time. Alright, so we're back at our house, which I've dubbed IKEA. Now we've kept this basic layout that we had from the beginning. I really haven't upgraded it at all. But I did add some new buildings. I wanted to make rooms. So I made a little bathroom, bedroom, and I guess this will be my kitchen. I'm really not going to have any general rooms here. And I just pretty much mirrored them left and right. The roofs on the buildings look a little bit different. I wasn't able to really find roofs I liked. You can see that style there, and then kind of this more Japanese style here. But I'm not really happy with either one. But what I want to do while I'm here is let's just queue up furniture. I don't think I have any. Oh, did I already queue it up? Yeah, I did. So I have my beds, ice boxes, small tables, chairs, another butchery table. I think I need one more actually. And doors. Pretty much a space here. Okay, got lots of boards here. I've been chopping down lots of trees. I have my one bannock I needed. This is a recap. We have the basic engineering skill book done. Butchery, farming was completed. Fertilizers was completed. And then I got the tailoring skill book completed. Oh, you know what? I did make a wheelbarrow. I said before I wanted to test that out. I wanted to see the difference between a wheelbarrow and a small wood cart. Let's do that real quick. Last time I used a wheelbarrow, I hated it. Alright, so it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slots for 1,400 kilograms, and then a small wood cart is 1, 2, 8 for 1,400. Oh, you know what? It's exactly the same, and oh man, they adjusted the movement. Did they make this more viable? Well, what is the point of it then? Why do we have a wheelbarrow and a small wood cart with the same exact stats, same cost to craft? I guess it's just appearance.